Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. Nice to meet you again with the English recorded video. Welcome back school. To talk about our first day school. Few days to start our school year for primary, middle and secondary school levels, which means that a lot of teachers, especially novice ones, are worried about how they should start their first class. How will the first contact with their learners be? I will share with you how to create the perfect first impressions and how to prepare your students for a successful school year. Generally speaking, first impressions are lost in impressions. Our students are really nervous. We are Caesars. Honestly speaking, we are meeting new faces, new names, new personalities, different language levels, and different learning styles. So we should create that comfortable, safe environment from the first day to break the ice and make everyone feel included within this classroom environment. And I usually do this. So let's start. Here we have 5 effective steps that I already used in my classroom. I introduce myself primarily. I learn something about my students, having fun with them, and a sense of classroom rules together. These steps are based on my personal experience, so they may be applicable for you as they for me. They might not honestly speak and depending on the context you are working in. For example, the first step that I do in my first session is that I introduce myself to my learners. I tell them my name. Then I explain what I'm going to teach. After that, you can tell them your favorite quote. For example, my name is Mrs. Hannah Assam. I am your new English teacher. My quote is that teaching is long life learning. In this case, I prefer that you tell your name to your students. I see that some teachers prefer not to tell their names, which is something I respect, of course, but will be better to refer to you with your real name than they will give you a nickname. It is something that our students are really good at. Their time to introduce themselves. You can make small circles dividing the class into small groups, or as we have larger classes, what I do next is that I bring a pole where I usually steal from my kids' basket of toys, and we play a song throwing it to a student who has to introduce himself after that. He passed the pole to another student and so on. After that, we play Who Am I game. In this slide, I put 3 games. You can use one of them. It will help you to introduce yourself and to learn more about your learners. This game is called Who Am I? So that my students can know me better. Other levels, I bring some already made sentences, about 5 or 6, which are previously printed. If not, you can write them on the board one after the other. And some of these sentences are true about me, while some others are false. My students try to guess, for example, I like traveling. Who say yes? Raise their hands, and I count. Who say no? Raise their hands, then I count. What is the majority? Think about this sentence. After that, I say the truth and check whether their guesses are true or not. After that, they know who am I. The second game is called Ketchup. In this game, you can make small circles dividing the class into small groups. Or as we have larger classes, what I do next is that I bring the ball where I usually steal from my kids' basket of toys. And we play a song throwing it to a student who has to introduce himself or herself. After that, he or she passes the ball to another student, and so on. To spice the class up, I ask students some questions about their classmates, like who can play football, who like eating pizza, and so on, until everyone has a chance to talk up and express themselves freely. The third game is Find a Friend. I give students similar flashcards entitled Find Friends with a common question, do you like, and with some words jumbled words next to it. And what they have to do is that they stand up, they turn around making friendship, they are free to talk to anyone as they want in the classroom. The words which are written, for example, English, watching television, playing video games, etc. So they have the freedom to ask any questions that they would love to their classmates from the others, which aren't given. They have the right to talk to anyone they want, and they are turning around making a friendship. In the classroom, this is effective way to help students to speak more freely. The next point we do is that we set classroom rules. We set these rules together and I give them questions. What happens if someone respects his colleagues? Or what happens if someone forgets his books? What happens if someone comes late, etc.? So we agree collectively in classroom rules and punishments as well. And you can write them in a chart of rules that they have to sign in and stick it on the wall so they can see it every time they enter the classroom. Also, we have to agree on classroom supplies. For example, they have to bring a notebook of 100 or 80 pages and covered with plus cover coloring one as you wish. Last but not least, we discuss about this subject, English, the importance of learning English. As we all know, we have four skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. We should direct a question to the students. Do you like English or not? How can you improve yourself in this foreign language? And how can and why is it important for you to learn English? We should give students space or a time to speak freely, to express their thoughts. For example, we can ask them this question: why do you learn English? There are many reasons. I just wrote 3 reasons. By this, we are talking, discussing, and I'm learning about my students' speaking skills. In these situations, and definitely feel free to speak and express themselves in English. All for the first day. What I do precise and concise. If you have any other ideas that I'd love to share, or you have tried with your learners and they worked pretty well, please write them in the comment section so that everyone can take advantage from that. That's all for now. Thank you for your time and have a nice day.